Capricorn, welcome to a weekly reading with me, Shadow Sister Silva, and let's get started. I have this setting for you. I have got inspired. Again, there is like a witchy woman, but a little bit more fashion statement. And there is this text, noisy love is better than silent war. And what thing, first I take a crystal for you, let's see. So here, okay, crown chakra. Fits perfectly for this Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm going to use this Nightmare Before Christmas deck again. But while I was decorating, I got stuck with these dancing shoes. And it made me think of the Red Shoes fairy tale. And as I have, this puppet has beautifully similar pinkish color than these pink shoes. These are ballet shoes actually. I happen to have this beautiful book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. And here is some psychological explanation. And I just, my eye got into when I was looking into that, like, should I read something of these red shoes to you? There was this pre-word, and that's actually more interesting. It talks about feral woman. So just as a foreword for you now in full moon in Aries, that is very powerful, passionate moon with this Libra Venus-like attraction. I think it's time to remember your true powers. I mean, if you're a man also, but like a feminine's here looking, what is your true essence as a woman? It can be very attractive and heighten it, this power in the full moon. So the feral woman, I want to read a little bit. In the Oxford English Dictionary, the word feral derives from Latin fer, meaning wild beast. In common usage, a feral creature is one who was once wild, then domesticated, and who has reverted back to a natural or untamed state once again. I postulate the feral woman as one who was once in a natural psychic state, that is, in her rightful wild mind, then later captured by whatever turns of events, thereby becoming overly domesticated and degenerate in proper instincts. When she has opportunity to return to her original wildest nature, she too easily steps into all manner of traps and poisons. Because her cycles and protective systems have been tampered with, she is at risk in what used to be her natural wild state. No longer wary and alert, she easily becomes prey. There is a specific pattern to the loss of instinct. It is essential to study this pattern, to actually memorize it, so that we can guard the treasures of our basic natures and those of our daughters as well. In the psychic woods, there are many leg traps made of rusted iron that lie just below the leafy green of the forest floor. Psychologically, the same is true of the greater world. There are various lures to which we are susceptible, relationships, people, and ventures that are tempting, but inside that good-looking bait is something sharpened to point, something that kills our spirit as soon as we bite into it. Feral women of all ages, and especially the young, have a tremendous drive to compensate for long famines and exiles. They are endangered by excessive and mindless striving toward people and goals that are not nurturant, substantive, or enduring. No matter where they live or in what time, they are caged, waiting always too small lives into which women can be lured and pushed. If you have ever been captured, if you have ever endured hambre del alma, a starvation of the soul, if you have ever been trapped, and especially if you have a drive to create, it's likely that you have been or are a feral woman. The feral woman is usually extremely hungry for something soulful and often will take any poison disguised on a pointed stick, believing it to be the thing for which her soul hungers. Though some feral women veer away from traps at the last moment with only minor losses of fur, far more stumble into them unwittingly, knocked temporarily senseless, while others are broken by them, and still others manage to disentangle themselves and drag themselves off to a cave to nurse their injuries alone. In order to avoid these snares and incitements that are tripped by a woman's time spent in capture and famine, we must be able to see them in advance and sidestep them. We have to redevelop insight and caution. We have to learn to wear. To be able to see the right turns, we have to be able to see the wrong ones. And then this red shoes is connected to this kind of thing. Indeed, but okay, this was quite long 5 minutes rant about a feral woman. But I thought this is something, because I had these shoes coming here, this fortune telling thing going on, that you want to look a little bit for, that you are avoiding some traps, you are going more smoothly with your life. I mean, I had this Russian 3 horses riding here, also, how they are called, what is the name? Well, you know, most likely. Anyway, this, okay, this is the funny ball, concentrate and ask again. Anyway, we start now, putting this kind of cards here. I just intuitively had that coming for you, Capricorn. Ah, beauty. Okay. Align with this kind of red shoes. Where we put this beauty? Let's put it here. Yes, here. Okay. And then next I'm gonna give you the Magic of You oracle. We're gonna read it in the end. Now we just will see. First, as a keyword, Samadhi, perfect acceptance. Okay, well, this could be maybe here. Now I start mixing your cards. So let's see what comes. We have here, of course, this Mars. Aries is the full moon in Aries with Mars, ruling planet, and then Venus for Libra. Okay, these cards came like that, Capricorn. Then let's see. Does Capricorn need to know? Okay, these came together again. These cards are a bit sticking together sometimes. Is there more? Okay, these 3. These 2 and these 3. Let's open them. Okay, Chariot. And this Page of Presents upside down. Okay, maybe they come all upside down, yeah. Sometimes when it's like that, I just know I have set them in the... I'm not reading them upside down because I had just set them in the deck like that. And that's... we're gonna accept them like this. So, you have here 2... Can you see this? Maybe we put a little bit more here. We have here 2 major arcana coming from the Chariot. This is called Chariot here, actually. The pumpkin jack is driving this sledge, going forward. Really a speedy chariot, following this kind of bright star with the nose. It's like a red reindeer, like what is this dog, ghost dog. And then it ends the Judgment, kind of like a life review, a little bit like looking what has happened, what lessons you've learned. You are on this journey. There's this Page of Present, it's kind of very eager pentacle, like kind of like very enthusiastic of new investments, new places to go. This little elf. Then we have Page of Candles. Okay, that is based as well into adventure. This is usually Page of Wands. This kind of adventurer person, he's very eager to travel. There is still the travel theme here. Ace of Candles. There is a lot of this wand energy. This is where everything begins. So it's kind of new journey. This is also a bit like a Fool card. It's like a new journey and chapter, and there is a lot of willpower to do something about it. And then we have this kind of list of Christmas that you would have like a wishing list for Christmas, but it's judgment, almost like, have you been good this year? What did you do right? And are you deserving all these gifts? Is this Santa Claus bringing you gifts? Interesting. How could I see this? Maybe I read this from the booklet so we get more into this card's meaning. But this is like a more major event in your life. So this Chariot moving, going, and then this judgment moment. It's kind of awakening to some knowledge. So Chariot is and it's kind of full moon period now. Is full moon is kind of really having gifts and things going on now. With determination, focus and drive, Jack steers his sleigh through the night sky, delivering presents on Christmas Eve. The Chariot represents progress, forward momentum, and the harnessing of inner strength to overcome obstacles in your way. There is still this. Jack stops at nothing to make his dream come true. This singular commitment to a goal is what the Chariot is all about. Don't get sidetracked because there's no time for doubts. Continue forward with fierce determination and don't let anything stand in your way. Page of Present. They did come everything of this upside down. And maybe in this point it's good to know this could be something on your travel that is because I have to pay attention to that fact that I did read you about this Vera woman and there was this warning about traps. So when I saw all these things come upside down, this didn't, if I remember, only these. I think I want to read now the meaning of the upside down, just that you would be aware if there is something. But yeah, sometimes I do mix the card even so that I don't want to then take it consideration. But in this case, there was kind of little warning. So it's better to be noisy. Like the wild woman is always very much like a nosy, poking around and like asking questions. And that's the way you can be safe, you know, like animals are sniffing. They know who is around. So if this was like that, what does it mean? Reverse, the Page of Present is disappointed and frustrated. Things haven't turned out quite as they were expected to. Learn from this experience, cut your losses and move on. There are more opportunities for your success on the horizon. Okay, so you are kind of moving on, but you're still a bit disappointed. Page of Candles. That's like a new adventure, but there is also something there. Okay, this little demon. The Page of Candles reverse is dealing with disappointment and frustration. He put a lot of energy and time into something, but things haven't gone according to plan. Don't clip your own wings and give up on your dreams. Instead, strategize and try a new approach. As well, we have Ace of Candle. Where is that? As well, it was like that. If you're feeling frustrated because life seems to have gone off the rails, it might be time to backtrack a little and figure out what went wrong. When you set things straight, it will be easier to regain forward momentum. That's actually the life reward that was advised here, but even that was upside down. So that is good to now pay attention. Can you correct the Chariot moving? Have you been a little too self-critical lately? Thoughtful reflection can be positive and constructive, but be careful not to take that energy too far and get down on yourself. We all make mistakes. Learn from them and forgive yourself. You are doing your best. Yes. So this red shoe story is kind of like it is not the easiest. Is there anything in the end of it here? It's such a long story. It's like, please cut off my shoes to free me from this horrible fate. And they cut his shoes from her legs off. And executioner cut through the straps of the red shoes with his axe, but still the shoes stayed on her feet. And so she cried to him that her life was worth nothing and that he should cut off her feet. So he cut off the feet, and the red shoes with the feet in them kept on dancing through the forest and over the hill and out of sight. And now the girl was a poor cripple and had to find her own way in the world as a servant of others, and she never ever again wished for red shoes. I mean, this is kind of like, yeah, this kind of devilish shoes that keep dancing and dancing. I think there is a lot to accept here, like not to judge. There is really this judging energy that maybe you have. Sometimes we can be worst enemies to ourselves, that we are so much judging for ourselves that it's a good thing to enjoy, like the creativity, for example, that we enjoy the things we do, that we have pleasure with. But yeah, we have to have a healthy boundaries also, of course. How we like have a structure. For example, every day we create something, like an artist sit on the table and just like I do my readings. I do them every week now. It's a commitment. And then I have a certain time, but then I have other time too to do other things. So, okay, let's put them like this so you know that these were the issue cards. I do want to understand that this is something to address. Samadhi, let's read that now. Maybe there is some good advice there. Capricorn, 29. I don't want to be negative, but it's really, if you are the spheral woman, it's good to know traps of life that can entangle you, so you're not like blindsided. Not this. Okay. The girl of Samadhi is not distracted by the sharp thorns, nor the beauty of the flowers and pearls of life as they cluster around her. She is tranquil and deeply merged with the essence of oneness and acceptance. Samadhi teaches that when you give up being a perfectionist, life is suddenly perfect. Consider that your life in this moment is purely a reflection of your consciousness. Everything is exactly the same as it was yesterday. It is your attitude that has shifted, and this is for better and for worse. For what you resist tends to persist. However, with Samadhi there is no better and no worse. Everything is. It is a beautiful place to be. This is and be was written in a big letter. Allow yourself this kindness in this moment and embrace Samadhi. Everything will find its place around you in the inevitable present moment. Accept everyone and everything and every situation as being exactly as it meant to be now. Okay, less pressure on yourself, let's say, and just accept everything as it is and be as you are, and that's enough. There's no need to be perfectness. Maybe I have this, how can I put this here? I have this to verify. Maybe I have to ask a little bit as a feral woman, what is the traps you should avoid, what you should know this full moon, what is some thing in your chariot that can stop it. Okay, this is in, yes, okay. So this is contemplating like what you have and making a choice. You have difficult to make a choice. So this is a little bit like you should make the choice, not toy too long. Then there is this kind of deceit. There is some not so honest thing going on. Let's read from this. I have a list here of keywords for this card. Can you see this? So this is deceit, lies, trickery, cheating, theft, underhanded, scheming, dangerous, risky behavior, enemy masquerading as friend, spying, lack of conscience, strategy, resourceful. So yeah, remember to, as a feral woman, like keep your eyes open. Don't trust every people. Some people doesn't have good intentions. So then this King of Pentacles is really somebody who has the wealth and is very stable. So that at least is one positive card here, and it's going towards that. I think your chariot moving, you should aim to build something lasting, something that can last the time and like a built really stable foundation. So it's good to be maybe critical of the things that are not working, so you can kind of like avoid those kind of things. What else I can say? Let's have this fortune teller here. Most likely you have to have a stable foundation, for example. What else I can say? I don't want to keep your reading too long, so I think I will end this reading here. And if you like, press the like and subscribe to my channel if you already didn't. And I will come back next week for you, Capricorn. And remember to be wild and free and just be who you are, not to fall into be too perfectionist about what it has to be. It has to be a certain way. So make decisions. Don't procrastinate too long. And be aware of some deceitful people, because I mean, you want to be safe and not get trapped in some situations. Okay, bye, Capricorn.